Knicks, looking for a 3-0 lead, have not trailed in this one. They've led by as many as 10. Karl Anthony Towns had a solid first quarter with 11, has 11 at the half. And it's the Knicks 60-54 in Cleveland. It's NBA halftime. It is presented by Kia from Studio J in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson with Chuck and Kenny, and sitting in for Shaq, who will be here in a postgame show. It's Draymond
Why
Green.
is he coming in just for the postgame?
He's on his way back from the West Coast, where his son was graduating from Sacramento State today.
He took the day off. Draymond's doing a great job.
Hey, I know we're all five going to be here.
Okay.
We don't need five people to talk about two teams.
There you go. Thank you, Chuck.
Come on.
Shit, no, we don't.
I want to welcome Shaq.
Come on.
I don't want him
so
back.
Weak.
I want him gone, period.
Hey, let's pick up where we left off in the pregame show, talking about Allen and Mobley for Cleveland.
They both played well. First of all, I don't even know if you can take a team serious. They come out in a must-win game and give up 37 points the first quarter. I mean, are you kidding me? 37 points the first quarter.
That was the most the Knicks have scored in this series in any quarter.
You can't tell me you're serious about winning. But Jared Allen, I told you, man, this guy frustrates me because he got so much talent. I love his athletic ability. He's just not aggressive enough for me. And Mobley, them the two guys to me who have an advantage, because they don't have an advantage on the perimeter. They have this size advantage. They got 28 points in the paint. That's going to be the difference, in my opinion. Those two big guys.
Difference of what? Winning this game or not winning this series or what? What do you mean difference?
Both.
Okay.
This series, if the Cavs can win the next two games, things going to change. But obviously, this is a must-win.
Halftime highlights presented by Kia. And to your point about the points in the paint, it has been all New York in this series, 59-39. But in this one, that's what they're averaging in the series. But in this one, the Cleveland's got the advantage.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to talk points in the paint as well, because what it says is it speaks on the mentality. And so right here, Mikal Bridges puts his head down and just goes through Dean Wade's chest. And when you come out like that in a must-win game for the opposing team, right here, how do you negate the bigs? Beat them down the floor. But again,
how many times did we see that too, Draymond?
Exactly, and he don't even go for a layup. He just puts his shoulder in his chest. Then Cleveland started to flip the script a little bit. They started to get downhill, started to get some points in the paint, and the game changed for them. But what worries me most, they started getting the points in the paint and changed the game a bit. They're at home and made a run, and they're still down 6 at halftime, and New York is not playing great. That's a little bothersome for Cleveland.
Yeah, they did rally to tie the game at 50, but at the half, 60-54. What got your attention?
What got your attention is when you come off that bench with you a Knick, you be ultra aggressive. No, okay, Draymond, you too young. You too young. You got to be 50 or over. You got to be 50 or over to run.
Come on, we can start here.
You got to be 50 or over. This is a disadvantage for me. Come on, man. You got to be 50 or over to be running to the board, man. You can't be 31 years old running to the board against me. No way, man. It's half my age plus 7. That's what you got to be able to run to the board. So anyway, if you're the New York Knicks and you're coming down, the one thing you have to do, after the defensive possession, we can get through this now. You get the defensive stop down here. Now it's downhill. Be ultra aggressive when you come into the game. Your Landry Shamet, sprint to the shot. Freeze it. Don't hesitate. Knock down. Go. Let it go. Don't hesitate. Look at the bench. Hands in the air. Knowing the shot is going up before he even catches it. Again, they're pressuring Brunson in the backcourt. So now what happens, so freeze it here. You're pressuring him because Shamet and McBride and all these guys are active. Now all of a sudden when he drives, you're not helping off that corner if you're Donovan Mitchell and he gets fouled going to the basket. Again, McBride's in the long corner. You're coming over here. Shamet. You get the ball back to Brunson. Ultra aggressive. When the ball comes to me, be ultra aggressive. I'm trying to score. Ball, freeze it. The ball was a bounce. It came off. Bounce. He still goes. I'm still letting it go. Look at the bench. Bench knows they're screaming it before it happens. That's the reason why I think the Knicks, man, we might be, should we say it?
Bring it on to the finals.
No. Don't go where you think you were going.
Oh, my goodness.
57% shooting in the first half for New York. 60 points in the first half, which is their high for this series.
Rashad Grove, you know we love you, brother.
How you know Rashad Grove, man?
Because he texts us all the time.
That's not text. That's
You got your number?
That's not a text.
No.
Or tweets us.
Okay, there you go.
60 to 54. You're watching NBA Halftime presented by...
Welcome into Hoop Streams, getting you ready for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight. Cavs and Knicks out in Cleveland. I'm Samantha Rivera, joined alongside our guy David Dennis Jr., fresh off a plane. Thankfully, no travel issues on this Memorial Day weekend. Unfortunately, though, we can't say the same thing about the rest of our team. With that, we bring in NBA legend, our guy Q Rich. Q, Atlanta giving you some issues.
Q!
Double D, man. Your city held me
man.
up. Your city held me back. I was supposed to be live in studio with the gang, but I'm stuck here at the house. Got to hold it down from the home front.
Well, listen, we are happy to have you on with us nonetheless. But, guys, we got to talk about how this series last ended between the two sides. Game 2, of course, things were close at the half before the Knicks and Josh Hart just decided to go off, right? David, what did you like about the way things unfolded for New York in Game 2?
This is about the New York Knicks showing championship adaptability. Look, I was in State Farm at the end of Game 3 to Game 4, and this team looked lost. They were trying to do the Jalen Brunson pound the ball, and it was not working. So they pivoted. They said, we're going to put Cat at the top of the key. He's going to run the offense. He's going to dish the guys. And ever since then, this Knicks team has said, we're not going to let anything slow us down. If something doesn't work, we'll pivot. So the Cavs go out there. They double-team Jalen Brunson. He starts dishing. They say we're going to leave Bridges open. And then Josh Hart, open. We're going to get Josh Hart the ball, and he's going to shoot those threes. This team knows how to adapt. They're not going to be backed into a corner. They're going to find a solution to everything you throw at them offensively.
Adaptability is everything. Q, what'd you like?
Yeah, I agree with Double D right there. I mean, I feel like they've been extremely resilient in this streak. Whatever's been thrown at them, like you said, big leads, different schemes, double teams, whatever it is, they've been able to shape shift and become whatever they needed to become that night. And they've had different guys stepping up doing it on defense. They've had guys on offense. Like you say, you leave Jay Hart open. He starts to knock it down, and he goes and gets 26. You have Mikal Bridges have solid games. OG Anunoby has been featured. So, obviously, Cat is going to be a guy, and Big Body Brunson is going to be a guy. But they've been finding ways to do it in different ways, no matter what's been thrown at them. So, that's been very surprising for me, the way they've been able to be a shape-shifting team into whatever they need to be to win that night.
Yeah, they did what they had to do. Again, Knicks get the win at 109-93. Now just 2 wins away from making it to the finals for the first time since 1999. I was 5 years old. Not going to ask you guys how old you were because I don't want to put you in that position. So I digress, all right? But with that, we bring in our girl, Vanessa Richardson, joining us from Cleveland. Vanessa, we can hear the energy already out there. Listen, Cavs, of course, a very hard team to beat at home, and the Knicks can smell that sweep coming. But out of the two, who do you feel like is really going to be the more desperate team tonight?
Yeah, and I first of all, this is like back in, I know you come from local news as well, Samantha. We've got the boxes, we've got the team coverage. I absolutely love it. But desperation really has been the theme. And my colleague Doris Burke, who I'm on the broadcast, the radio broadcast with, brought up the term desperate so many times because the Knicks were just the more desperate team. Quite frankly, both games at Madison Square Garden. And I was listening in on the huddle with the Cavs and Kenny Atkinson. And I hate to be the body language expert, but it's like my colleague Doris Burke pointed out, the Knicks just were legitimately the more desperate team. So, look, guys play better at home. They tend to play better. The second thing that I'm absolutely watching is James Harden, where are you going to be? And it's not all James Harden's fault. Mikal Bridges has been sensational defending Harden, but James Harden has this playoff reputation for a reason. He tends to kind of disappear in the playoffs. We haven't had a classic James Harden game. Important to note, out of fairness, the Cavs are kind of struggling with shooting as a whole, but I do feel like James Harden is the one that I would like to see step up the most, Samantha, in this game 3 and 4 here in Cleveland.
David,
Look,
what do you have to say to that?
Okay, so look, if Vanessa, you my homegirl, if you came up to me and said, look, I've been, had this guy for 17 years and he ain't changed, I would say, girl, leave him. You are not expecting James Harden to change his stripes. This is who he is. He is going to score as he scores. He's going to be proficient scoring. Defensively, he is going to be a turnstile, and the Knicks know that. They're shooting 62% when James Harden is defending them. The Cleveland Cavaliers defense falls by 32 points when James Harden's out there. That is who this dude is going to be. That is why this is about Donovan Mitchell. You know what James Harden's going to get you. Donovan Mitchell needs to be the guy who put up 39 points in that second half against Detroit. We have not seen that yet. I know the leg is bothering him.
You don't think getting more from James Harden would help?
It would help.
You don't think getting more from James Harden would help?
It would help. It would help. But I am not putting no eggs in that James Harden basket. We've done this for a decade and a half. He's going to be who he is. I want to see Donovan Mitchell elevate to that next level.
We've seen this movie
And now
before.
James Harden is going to go out there tonight and have a big game.
There you go.
Watch.
There we go. There we go. Well, listen, Vanessa.
Give me a good James Harden game.
The Knicks have really been playing some of their best basketball since April, right? Why now, though? What is clicking so well for them to be able to be in this position?
Samantha, that's a great question, and I think you have to go back to game one. Josh Hart, who is one of their superstars, he's a starter, willingly sat on the bench to close the game the entire fourth quarter, while Landry Shamet went out there and shined. That's the lineup that Mike Brown was comfortable with. And then what happens game two? Josh Hart is a superstar. Jalen Brunson takes, I don't want to say a step back, but lets Josh Hart shine, and Karl Anthony Towns has kind of been the same way.